What's up, everybody? Welcome back. I'm Abe, and this is Stellaris, and we just wrapped up creating our empire. And now, as we head into creating the game itself, we have to learn and sort of know what all of these game details do. So, we'll just work from the top and make our way down. Some of it determines like what our enemies are capable of, or how many of them there are. Some of it determines how frequent worlds are, and there's all kinds of things. So let's just get into it, and we can, yeah, if you have questions, feel free to ask throughout the video, but by all means, just hit me up in the comments. Excuse me. So, galaxy size. Overall, you've got, 5 options or so. You've got tiny, small, medium, large, and huge. And this mostly, because you probably have some experience with strategy games, this mostly dictates how long the game will take and how many enemies you can fit on a board. So if I make this a huge star system or galaxy, you can see that the suggested AI or enemy empires is 15, as opposed to with medium, it's only 9. But anyway, so that's the galaxy size. It shows basically how many star systems are in the galaxy that you start out in. The galaxy shape dictates just what the shape of that galaxy is, whether it's a ring, an elliptical shape, a spiral with 2 arms, or a spiral with 4 arms. And so this doesn't have a drastic impact on the game, other than if you're in a spiral galaxy or let's say a ring or an ellipse, you will have a hard time getting to the other side of the board. And you may be out on one of the arms, and to be able to get off of that arm and into other space, like if you start out on the tip, you're going to be kind of constrained on where and how you can expand. So it makes things more interesting if that's what you're looking for. And if you're in a ring or an ellipse, obviously the same thing basically applies, is that if you're on one side, the only way to expand is to sort of grow around the ring, and you can't move straight across. So, food for thought. Let's put ourselves in a medium galaxy with, shoot. All right, let's go with a 4-arm spiral. So AI empires, usually just to play the game. I let this be dictated by the galaxy size. Like, however many enemies there should be, that's fine. 9. You can randomize it somewhere 4 to 9, right? So why don't we do that so it's kind of random. Advanced AI, that means that of the enemies that exist, some of them start, and there's a little tooltip here that tells you, some of them start drastically more technologically advanced than others. And so you can limit that or reduce that. I'll randomize that, and it'll choose between 1 and 2 to be advanced. That sort of adds a complexity to the game, so that, or the diplomacy aspect of the game, so that that changes how you might be diplomatic with somebody if they're a much more technologically advanced race than you. Fallen empires. A fallen empire doesn't count, I don't think, in the list of AI empires. Fallen empires are ancient precursor civilizations that start with advanced technology and powerful fleets, but are not allowed to expand or build new ships. So these you won't be able to really interact with on any meaningful level, other than getting your ass kicked by them accidentally, until sort of mid to late game. So they will sit in their area of space, and for the most part, they'll mind their own business. They may try to interact with you, and if they do, keep in mind that they are superior in every way and can obliterate you if you piss them off. So we can randomize that just to keep things interesting. Marauder empires are new with the 2.0. They're like pirates, and they form into loose empires, I guess. So mostly fight among themselves and raid their neighbors. So you should probably be aware, if one of those is next to you, that you're going to need to either wipe it out or try to befriend them and turn them against your enemies. You can hire them like mercenaries. Tech or tradition cost. This speeds up or slows down how quickly technology is gained. This is also pretty new. Gained by regular empires. How quickly? Yes, the higher it is, the longer it will take to unlock individual traditions and technologies. And yeah, we'll just leave that normal. Habitable worlds. This yeah, it sort of increases or decreases the number of planets you will come across that are habitable in some way. A lot of times you'll come across a system that is not habitable in any real way. There aren't any planets that you can colonize, regardless of, how capable you are of managing multiple different planetary types. But primitive civilizations, you can find, Cro-Magnon man or some early stage life forms on otherwise habitable planets, and this determines how likely that is to happen. Crisis, now this is sort of an end game and I believe also a mid game option, and it determines how strong it is. So when you get to the end game, if you haven't won yet, or if you're still sort of managing to build your strength out and interface with your neighbors, that there are endgame crises that happen, whether it's an alien race that shows up out of nowhere and is super strong and you need to band together with your allies and your enemies to defeat them, or whether it's some other, I don't want to give anything away because it's really cool when these things happen and you have to adapt, but you can determine how strong it is. You can also determine when the mid game or end game starts. AI aggressiveness, normal, low, and high. We just leave it at normal for now. I would suggest, if you're even remotely new to the game or new to this patch, I would suggest leaving it at low. Just because it sucks to play these games, build out start to build out your system and then get attacked and spend the entirety of the game defending yourself instead of sort of managing all other aspects of it. So, general difficulty now. Yeah, this, you only have 3 options here. It's normal, hard, and I guess 4 options. Normal, hard, very hard, and insane. I've never played on anything other than normal because I struggle enough as it is. Empire placement. So, this dictates whether they're in clusters or randomly placed across the galaxy. I have them random because I don't like being in clusters. Personally, that's a personal choice. Advanced neighbors. This goes back to this advanced AI starts. And it's how likely or whether your immediate neighbors are these advanced races. I leave those off as well. Hyperlane density dictates, how many connections there are between systems. That's relatively new, as are these abandoned gateways and wormhole pairs. And this just dictates when and how these options show up. So hyperlane density, how many paths there are between star systems. Abandoned gateways, these are these like little gateways that connect all over the galaxy, and you can sort of capitalize on those if you capture them. Wormhole pairs can take you from one end of the galaxy to the other. But again, very new. I haven't seen those yet, so hopefully we'll see those. And then Iron Man mode prevents you from saving and reloading along the way. It saves for you. I think it does it at the beginning of every month. But you can't then sort of have made a mistake and then load a game from 4 years prior and come back and make a better choice. So that's it for the game details. And when you're ready, then you just, hit play and it loads the new game. So I'm going to cut it there. And in the future videos, we're going to talk about the resources that we see up here, and research, and all pretty much this whole little bar up here. We'll go through that in 1 or 2 different videos, and we'll discuss what the screen contains and all of that. So probably the UI will come next, and then we'll break it out into separate components, and we will go from there. So I hope you're enjoying this. If you have any questions, and I'm sure you do, please hit me up in the comments, and we can learn and grow with this game together. So thank you for watching. Check me out and support me over on Twitch. I am Vinsis there. I have a full-time job, and I'm not as active on Twitch as I could be. But you can also find me on YouTube, where you're probably watching this, and I'm at Vinsis Gaming there. So thanks for watching, and I will catch you in the next video.